Hey Scorpio, and welcome to the second part of your reading, which is going to be your advice that your guides and your angels have for you. Now, in the first reading that we did in the first video, that was your energy. We got your energy, what's going on with you at this time. So if you haven't watched part one, maybe go and check that out. Now we're going to see if there's anything else that your angels want you to know and if they have advice for you. Now, I'm starting to do personal readings as well. That information is going to be in the description box below if you're interested in that. So let's see, Scorpio, what is your advice here from your guides and your angels on how to deal with this situation? Yeah, you're releasing. You are definitely, that's what I got in your first reading as well with the Nine of Swords in reverse. You're releasing this stress. Like, I feel like you were going through a situation in your life that was stressful for you. Yeah, you're moving more into your emotions. Like, I feel like you're starting to tap more into your feelings and what you're feeling, and that's what you want to go after. You're releasing the stress, the worry, the anxiety, the thoughts, the being trapped in your head. Like, I feel like keeping everything to yourself. I feel like you were somebody that was always keeping your emotions buried in you and not letting them come out. And now with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups, I feel like you're ready to step into your emotions and to speak up for yourself. So that's beautiful. That's good. You know, you need to be honest with yourself, and you have the right to be honest with others about your feelings. You have the right to have your own feelings respected, you know? You have the right to your own emotions. Your emotions are never wrong. If people have been telling you that you're not allowed to feel a certain way or your feelings are wrong or bad, it's not the truth. It's not okay. You have the right to feel the way that you feel, and all of your feelings are valid. And I feel like that's what you're stepping into, is that energy of, you know what, my feelings are valid too. My feelings matter too, and you have the right to your feelings. Every feeling that you feel is valid, and it comes from a place. It comes from a certain place, and I feel like that's what you're looking at now. So why is the Nine of Swords in reverse for Scorpio? Queen of Cups in reverse. Seven of Cups reverse. The Hermit, yes. You're starting to look at your feelings. Look at this Queen of Cups in reverse. I feel like this is you, Scorpio. You're not, I don't feel like you're in the reverse. I feel like you're somebody that you weren't balanced emotionally. You have a lot of emotions, but you weren't honoring your own emotions. You kept a lot of things to yourself with the Hermit. You kept a lot of things buried down within you. And Seven of Cups in reverse, it's like, I feel like you're starting to open that box. Like, you might have like a drawer in your mind of emotions, different feelings, and you're somebody that puts like the emotion, you feel the emotion, you put it in a box and you shove it away. I feel like you're starting to open up the boxes and you're starting to look at them. You're starting to look at the emotions, and not just always, you know, that if you were in a relationship with somebody where you always felt like you had to numb your own emotions or ignore your own emotions, I feel like you're starting to pull them out and say, you know what? No, I was in that moment where you said that to me and it hurt me. I should have honored that emotion, that hurt me. Why did I ignore that? That's what I'm getting off you. It's like, in the past, you might be reflecting back on the past and realizing, like, when that person did that to me, that really hurt me. And I ignored it, and I just played it off. I just swept things under the rug. You might have been somebody that swept painful moments, painful things under the rug a lot. And I feel like you're starting to sit in that a little bit, but also realize, like, no, I should have spoke out. I should have stood up. You might have stood up for yourself. You might have said to somebody, like, that hurt me when you did that, and they ignored it. They played it off. They swept it under the rug. And maybe that's what made you kind of like, I'm just seeing an energy of like somebody that just like retreats back, and you're just kind of like, okay, whatever, fine then. But now it's starting to come up, I feel, for you. And you don't want to live that way anymore. You don't want to have to always be the one to swallow your feelings. So why is the Knight of Cups here for Scorpio? Strength in reverse. Yeah, you might have felt like you were not strong enough to say things. Like you might have exactly like I'm getting, like that feeling of you just kind of like not wanting to put up with the fight, like not wanting to have to argue about your emotions or trying to convince someone to see things your way, or always having to, you know, feeling like you're talking to a wall. It might have just made you want to not be weak in your emotions, but kind of just shut down. I'm getting somebody that just shuts down. Ace of Wands reverse. I feel like you just felt like somebody wasn't, you might want something that's more equal here, more of a give and take with the Six of Pentacles. You might also feel like you were always very understanding towards someone else. You're somebody that's very understanding, very empathetic. You're somebody that people can go to and talk to when they're sad. Like you're that shoulder to cry on. You always understand everybody. I'm feeling an energy of somebody that you always know the right things to say to people to help comfort them. You're somebody that's very comforting, and I feel you want that for yourself too. You're sitting there thinking like, you know, why I'm always there for everybody else. Who's there for me and my feelings? Yeah, I just got a confirmation on my phone here. You might be thinking like, I want that back. Like I want somebody to be this way towards me as well. I'm always the one being there for everybody else, but who's actually there for me, right? What's the Page of Cups for Scorpio? Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you feel like, yeah, Ten of Swords at the bottom. Yeah, you feel, I mean, that's what I got in your first reading before I even laid out the cards. I was already getting this emotion when I was tapping into you of just like this sadness. Like you just feel betrayed. You just feel hurt. I feel like you might feel like nobody cares about you and your feelings. Like something could happen to you, or maybe something did happen to you. Maybe that's what maybe that is what happened, is that something really big happened to you, and that's when you realize like how others are not there for you at all. And it's painful for you. I feel like that might be what's so painful for you, is realizing that somebody's not investing in you the way that you invested in them. Maybe somebody's not showing you that same amount. Yeah, the Devil and the Four of Wands. I feel like you realize that you are in a situation where you're always being made to settle. Like you want stability, but you might also be realizing that where you were looking for the stability, it's not bringing you that result that you're looking for. It's just not, something just doesn't feel fair is what I'm getting. Something doesn't feel fulfilling to you. Something doesn't feel like you're getting that same thing back. You are giving in the Six of Pentacles. You're the one giving. You're the one in this Knight of Cups. You're a Knight of Cups. You're giving feelings and emotions and empathy and understanding, and all you're getting back is a page. It's like something is always kind of like giving me half-ass, and you might be sitting there thinking like, really? That's your response to me? Like, I am always so understanding towards you. I'm always there for you. I'm always listening to your problems. And this is what you're giving me back? You might be in a situation like that where you're realizing like, wow, that's all I'm getting from you. Like, that's all you have to say. I just opened up my heart to you. I just poured out my feelings to you. And that's all I'm getting back as a response. Yeah, something might have been like, that's what I'm getting off of you, is that you had some heartbreaking moment that might have happened yet now that really kind of showed you somebody's true colors, is also what I'm getting. Like you might have really started to see something for what it truly is. And sometimes that is heartbreaking, because sometimes we're around people and we just don't want to see the truth about them, right? We don't want to see what our intuition has been telling us the whole time. We would rather believe that something is better than it is. We don't want to look it in the face and realize like, no, this is actually the way that things are. That can be heartbreaking in itself, is that realization that like, wow, I've kind of been deceiving myself here with the Seven of Cups in reverse. I've kind of been deceiving myself here a little bit, thinking that this was enough, thinking that this was acceptable, for somebody to treat me this way. Yeah. Why is the Nine of Swords here in reverse for Scorpio? Healing heart. You're starting to heal. Or you will, Scorpio. If you've been wondering if you're going to heal from this, you are. You're going to heal from heartbreak. You're going to free yourself from toxic relationships. And that is what's going to help you come out of this mental imprisonment that you're in, or that you were in, is when you start to walk away from energies like this. Because the most power that we find within ourselves is when we walk away from these people. You cannot make somebody see something differently. They're going to see things the way that they want to see them. You cannot change someone's mind. You cannot convince them to see your side or honor your emotions. You can't force them to. The healthiest thing for you is to just walk away from that and just say, you know what, I'm going to take care of me now. And I feel like that's what you're doing, or that's what your guides want you to look into. You know, there was a really good quote. I just got this quote in my head. I don't remember who said it, but it was something like, you cannot heal in the same place that made you sick. You cannot heal when that sickness is still around you. So you might be around a person or people, a situation, an environment that has been making you this way, that has been making you feel trapped, has been making you feel alone and lonely, is almost what I'm getting. Alone to like fend with your own emotions here. And once you getting out of this entrapment is freedom from toxic relationships. That's when you can heal. That's when you can start to heal your heart and realize that you deserve more. You do. There's the Queen of Cups in reverse. Healthy choices in reverse. Self-love, self-care. Yeah, I feel like you neglected yourself. You might be somebody that neglects yourself to make others happy. You neglect your own emotional body so that somebody else, it's not even that so somebody else feels better. It's more just because I don't know if you had an upbringing like that. Maybe you grew up in a family where your emotions weren't, it wasn't an environment where you could really talk about your feelings, like with your parents or something like that. Like you might have grown up keeping a lot of things to yourself. This might be why you kind of struggle with that confidence. I'm getting somebody that just, you are important, Scorpio. You are important. Your feelings are important, and nobody around you is more important than you, okay? You do deserve love and understanding and empathy, and you do deserve to love yourself. You don't have to feel any kind of shame for loving yourself or standing up for yourself. You might have been conditioned at some point in your life to feel like caring for others is more important than caring for yourself, and it's not true. It's kind of like in an airplane when all the oxygen masks come down, like you can't pour into others if you're not pouring into yourself as well. And you don't have to accept that kind of treatment from others where they don't pour into you because you feel like you don't deserve more than that. I feel like you were in a situation or in a circumstance where you were not given that room to really value and honor your own emotions. Where you would say, you know what, I'm sad, I'm upset, and somebody would look at you and say, you know what, that's not good. I care about the way that you feel. Let's do something to make you feel better. I feel like you were always kind of left to kind of just numb it out and make yourself feel better, self-soothing and stuff like that. You deserve somebody that also takes care of your emotions, Scorpio. What's the Seven of Cups in reverse? Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming, hesitation. I feel like you might have surrounded yourself with people where you kind of always waited for that moment for them to treat you differently. Like you might have stayed in a lot of situations for too long, wondering, why are they like this? Why can't they just treat me better? Why can't they just change? Why can't, like, oh, but you were always like subconsciously also waiting for that day to come. Like, I feel like your advice from your angels is that, I mean, you might even be coming out of this relationship realization right now. This relationship, I didn't mean to say that, but you might be coming out of a relationship now, healing from this, realizing that you were somebody that, you know, you might have had a lot of people placed into your life for a reason, is what I'm getting, by God, by the divine, to show you that people don't usually change their stripes. You know, if somebody's showing you that the way that they are, 8 times out of 10, if they don't see anything wrong with their own behavior, they're not going to change. So you might be dealing with people that they don't see the flaws in themselves. They don't see that their behavior is not okay. And these kind of people are not going to change. The only people that really change are those that look within and realize, like, you know what, this is kind of messed up what I've been doing. But if you're enabling these people and always kind of like swallowing your own emotions, never really sharing with them your side of the story, because it's just, that's just something you do. I feel like it's just like, honestly, I feel like it's a trauma response, what you're doing. I feel like I'm talking to someone who has a trauma response of shutting down emotionally, waiting for somebody to treat you differently. But I feel like you're coming out of that, kind of coming out of that, realizing, like, you know, maybe I'm like fooling myself here. You know, I'm like waiting around on people to treat me better. I feel like your guides are saying that that healing is going to come in when you separate yourself from these energies. You know, you have to separate yourself from them. If you keep telling them over and over again how you feel, what you want to change, and nothing's changing, you're talking to a wall. Unfortunately, that's just how it is sometimes. So why is the Hermit here? Hammer in reverse. Exactly. Working on it. Rebuilding in reverse. I feel like you're going within about this right now. You're going within, or this is your advice, is to go within and realize you cannot rebuild some things, or you're working on things. You're the one with the hammer in the hand trying to like keep something going, but would this thing be going without you always putting in the effort? I feel like you're the one that's always putting in the effort, but your effort is you actually swallowing your emotions and ignoring your own feelings about things that are hurting you. And that's not good for you. That's not healthy. That's not the healthiest choice for you. That's why healthy choices is in reverse, because that's not the healthiest choice. That's not the way to go, is that you are trying to fix relationships by actually devaluing yourself, right? So what's the Knight of Cups for Scorpio? Heartbreak, pain, separation. You might be thinking about, I don't know if there was a breakup, Scorpio, if you have ended something, or if this is a cycle that you go through with a certain person of a breakup, pain, and then trying to go back to them, trying to make things work again. You might be the person, like I said, that is always trying to fix things. With this Knight of Cups, it's giving me that energy of you might have this internal feeling that somebody hurt you, somebody stabbed you in the back, somebody caused heartbreak for you, and there's something in you that wants to go towards them and show them understanding. And you might want to, you know what I'm getting off of you? You might be the kind of person that apologizes first. You might always want to be the apologizer in the relationship, and you never get that apology back. Like somebody hurts you, somebody devalues you, and then you are the one that ends up apologizing, even though that person is hurting your feelings, and you might not even get an apology back, is what I'm getting here. What's the strength in reverse here for Scorpio? Sudden change, shocking news, upheaval, transformation. Something might have changed here unexpectedly for you. It might be making you feel weak. You might be falling back into patterns. I feel like if this message resonates for you, I feel like God, your angels are trying to show you something about a pattern that you might have of accepting the way other people treat you, even though it's bad, even though you don't deserve this, because you might be going into a pattern of you wanting to be that understanding, empathetic person, caring person of like, you know, let's just talk about it. You know, I can understand. I'm sorry for this, but I feel like you're dealing with somebody that is using this against you. Like they know that you're this way and that's why they treat you this way. Like your guides don't want you to go this way. They don't want you to be this. I don't want to, like, don't take this the wrong way, but they don't want you to be soft. You're not soft. I hope you don't take that the wrong way, but you might get soft because you have this mechanism within you. You have this trauma response where you start to shut down your own feelings and you want to make something better. You're somebody that always wants to make something better. You don't want something to be, you might, I don't know, you need a lot of harmony in your life. You want something peaceful, and you might start to get this like internal scrambling feeling when you feel somebody pulling away from you and you feel like it's your fault, but it's not. You have the right to your emotions, Scorpio, and you have the right to stand up for yourself, and you don't have to accept this, even though there's something within you. I feel that you kind of lose like your point of view when this person, I feel like it's the person that you're attached to. They know how to push your buttons. They know how to make you react a certain way. And then when they do this to you, this might be somebody that like threatens to break up with you a lot, and that like triggers a trauma response in you to make things better. For example, like something like that, where this person knows what to say to you to get you to back off of your own emotions. Like you might be trying to speak up for yourself, say how you feel, and then they'll say something, and that'll force you into this response of like, okay, just forget what I said, forget my feelings, forget anything, just don't do this. Somebody, I feel like, is playing with you here, because what they're doing makes you cave in to them so that they can ignore their own behaviors. That's what I'm getting. Like somebody is making you cater to their needs and their emotions, and they know that if they trigger a certain response in you, you'll like back down off of them, and then they won't have to change. Then they don't have to clean up their act. They don't have to acknowledge your emotions or anything, because they got you in that position that they wanted you in, right? So what's the Ace of Wands reverse for Scorpio? Soulmates. Yeah, so something might feel like something's slipping away here, or I don't know, maybe you're rejecting this person. With the Ace of Wands reverse, something's a missed opportunity, something with a soulmate connection here. Maybe you are starting to reject this person. Maybe you're also getting to that point where you're realizing, you're seeing the cycle for yourself. Like if any of that resonated for you, maybe you're also starting to see that that's the cycle. Like you're starting to see that this person does this every single time. Like every single time that you are fighting, he is always acting, or they are always acting the same way. Take it how it resonates, and you're always the one that's running back. And I feel maybe you're having a shocking epiphany here. There's an epiphany here. Maybe you are going through this epiphany that this is a cycle and a pattern here. And you're kind of like, I want off this ride. What's the six? Focus on self-worth. Focus on self-worth. Time to heal shadow work, self-appreciation. So either this is what's happening for you right now, or this is where your guides are urging you to go, is to focus on yourself. Don't let this person walk over you this way. Work on your self-worth and your self-appreciation and your right to your own emotions, and doing that shadow work. Taking that time to heal, doing that shadow work, right? And giving to yourself. With the Six of Pentacles, I feel like your angels, your guides are telling you to give to yourself at this time. Focus on yourself at this time. All that love that you usually would bring to other people to make them feel better, give that to yourself. Give that to yourself. If you don't know how to give it to yourself, then maybe like what helps sometimes is to write it like on sticky notes. Like sticky notes or pieces of paper, write it down, what you deserve, what you want, how you feel, and then like put it everywhere. Put it on mirrors, put it on doors, put it somewhere so that you can, it's like you're talking to yourself, right? And then you can always look at that and go back to like, no, this is what I deserve and this is how I feel. So what's the Page of Cups here? Keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. Okay, what's the Seven of Pentacles reverse? The Grim Reaper, the relationship is over. It's come out twice for you now in your first reading as well. So you're realizing that this relationship is not going to bring you the results that you want. It's not going to give you that back. And I feel like, you know, you need to stay positive, keep a positive mindset, okay? You're going to manifest what you want. You're going to be happy. You're going to find that, okay? But this relationship is just not going to give you that result that you're looking for. I feel like this person is just, I feel like this might have been the lesson that they were meant to teach you, right? Because also what I'm getting is like, this is not a weakness of yours, okay? Like you being empathetic and understanding and kind, it's not a weakness. But I feel like you're using it on the wrong person, because the right person will give you this in return. Like, of course you can be understanding and come, you know, if you're fighting, go after someone and say like, can we talk about it? Like, I don't want to give this up and stuff like that. But you also deserve somebody to give that back to you. You know, it's not fair that you're always the one that's understanding and compassionate and, you know, understanding of that other person's feelings and, you know, thinking about how that person feels, and you're not getting that same thing back. With the Seven of Pentacles reverse, I feel like you're not getting that back at all, you know? So, hold on, there's a commercial. So, what's the Devil? Paradise in reverse. Yeah, this is toxic. This is not happy. This is not happiness. This is not enjoying each other anymore. And like I was saying with that weakness, you know, like it's a strength to be that way, to be empathetic and understanding. And just imagine like the right person in your life is going to give that back to you as well, right? So don't ignore that part of you, because it's a strength, but just be careful of the people that you do this to, because I feel like you're somebody that needs to maybe have more boundaries with people like this, that know that you're like this, so they use it to their advantage. What's the Four of Wands? Sunglasses. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception. What is your perception of stability? What is stability to you? Is stability to just, you know, get by with somebody like this? Maybe what is your perception of what a happy home feels like? What is a happy home? What is stability to you, right? You might be realizing that this is not what you imagine to feel stable. This might not be real stability. Maybe the relationship is not stable. I feel like there's a relationship that's very like up and down, right? Like very hot and cold. So yeah, Scorpio, I'm going to leave it at that here for your advice. You know, if you're starting to heal yourself, you're on the right path. I even want to say, like, I'm proud of you. I feel like you are starting to stand up for yourself and starting to value your own emotions and starting to realize that you deserve to be treated well. And I want to say to you, I'm proud of you for that. Like, that's a big step, you know. And I do feel like your guides and your angels are urging you to go within and also to free yourself from toxic people. There's toxicity here around you with the devil. There's definitely toxicity here, and it could be a relationship that you're in with the Grim Reaper. So you just keep doing your healing work. Just keep looking within and thinking about like what you want your life to look like, what you want a happy relationship to look like, and you will attract this. You are going to manifest this in for you, okay? Right? You're going to manifest this in once you realize what you're worth and what you deserve, okay, Scorpio? So I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching, and then I'll see you on the next one, Scorpio, okay? Bye.